Hi there, Miss Berber here. This lesson is titled Financing a Home, the Mortgage. Many factors determine the eligibility of applicants for large loans. Monthly income, monthly expenses, amount of down payment, interest rate of loan, points, PMI if necessary. PMI stands for Private Mortgage Insurance. In this section, you will learn the basics of the home mortgage. Let's begin by learning some terms. A mortgage is a long-term installment loan for the purpose of buying a home or other large purchase. Points are fees paid directly to the lender at closing in exchange for a reduced interest rate. The point costs 1% of your mortgage amount. We have minimum qualifications for a mortgage. Many factors affect whether an applicant qualifies for a mortgage. The typical minimum requirements from most financial advisors with respect to your income and expenses are that your mortgage payment cannot be more than 28% of your gross income. No more than 36% of your gross income for total monthly debt, including mortgage payments, car payments, credit card bills, student loans, medical debt, child care costs. Ideally, have 20% of the cost of the house for down payment to save PMI. Example. The Millers' gross annual income is $74,400. Part A. What is the maximum amount they should spend each month on mortgage? The maximum amount is 28% of the gross monthly income. So let's begin. They make $74,400 per year. We divide that by 12, and that gives us a gross monthly income of $6,200. The restriction is it cannot be more than 28% of that amount, and so the product of 6,200 and 0.28 is $1,736. B. What is the maximum amount they should spend each month for total credit obligations? For total credit obligations, it is 36% of the gross monthly income. We learn in Part A that their gross monthly income is $6,200. Their expenses should not exceed 36%, and so 36% of $6,200 takes us to the maximum amount of $2,232. And C, if their monthly mortgage payment is 80% of the maximum amount they can afford, what is the maximum amount they should spend each month for all other debt? If their monthly mortgage payment is 80% of the maximum they can afford, then that would be 0.8 times the maximum amount, which was $1,736. So 80% of $1,736 is $1,388.80. Says what is the maximum amount they should spend altogether on their other debts, not including the mortgage. So we'll go with the $2,232 that was allotted and subtract the permissible mortgage amount, $1,388.80, and that is equal to $843.20. That means that the maximum amount they should spend each month on all other debt, not including the mortgage, is $843.20. Krista Hinesley wants to buy a condo selling for $235,000. She will pay 20% down to avoid PMI and 2 points at the time of closing. The cost of the condo will be financed with a 20-year fixed-rate mortgage at 3.15%. What is her down payment? Down payment is 20%, so we'll do 0.20 of the condo selling price, $235,000. 20% of $235,000 is $47,000. So, how much will she finance? If the house is $235,000 and she pays $47,000 up front, then she will finance the remaining amount, which will be $188,000. How much will she pay for 2 points at closing? She will pay 2% of her loan amount of $188,000, and that will be $3,760. Find her monthly mortgage payment. This does not include escrow taxes or homeowners insurance. The mortgage payment is strictly the principal and interest of your mortgage loan. So which formula do we use here? We will make regular payments to pay off a loan. So we're going to use the present value formula. And then let's identify the parts. We want to know what that monthly mortgage payment is. The principal is the $188,000 she's going to borrow. Your interest rate of 3.15% in decimal form is 0.0315, and N, which is the number of payments you make in a year. If you're going to make them monthly, that'll be 12. And T, how long is she going to take to pay off this loan? 20 years. Now with those parts identified, let's set up the formula. When put together, you get that the payment is equal to, where the capital P was, we replace it with 188,000. We're going to multiply that to the interest rate of 0.0315 divided by N, the number of times you make the payments in a year, which is 12 because it's monthly. The denominator would be 1 minus 1 plus, and where the rate is, you're going to do 0.0315. Still divide that by 12. Monthly payments raised to the power of negative 12 for the number of compoundings per year, and for T, put in 20. That negative is very important. Remember, you are reducing debt. You want it to get smaller. Let's get ready to solve this. Have your calculator out and you compute along with me. We have the payment formula is equal to, and for every place now that you have the 0.0315 divided by 12, in your calculator you get that that quotient is 0.002625. So let's simplify by replacing that quotient with the 0.002625. That would be equal to, in the numerator, 188,000 times 0.002625, and in the denominator we've got the 1 minus, and let's do the 1 plus 0.0315 divided by 12 in one step, and that'll become 1.002625. That number is raised to the product of negative 12 times 20, which is negative 240. Keep your calculator out. So I'm going to regroup a little bit and have 188,000. In the numerator, have 0.002625. And in the denominator, I'll have 1 minus. And that's because in my calculator, I did 1.002625 to the power of negative 240. The output for that is 0.5330316002. Continuing, we have 188,000 is equal to the product of, the numerator is still 0.002625, and in the denominator, do the 1 minus 0.5330316002, which will give you the 0.468398669. Continuing, do the division in the parentheses. Again, write out the full expanse of the numbers on your calculator screen. So you got 188,000 times 0.0056213,654. That is approximately 1,056.816693. Now it's okay to round because we're working with money and we got to the last step. Her monthly mortgage payment for this loan is $1,056.82. How much will she have paid in total interest over the next 20 years? Well, how do we figure that out? Let's get the total of all of her payments. She paid $1,056.82 every month. That's times 12. For 20 years, that's times 20. So she's paid $253,636.80. So what's the total interest paid? It is her total payments minus the loan amount. And that turns out to be $65,636.80. So to buy the house over 20 years, it cost her $65,636.80 in interest charges. For context, if Miss Hinesley had chosen a 30-year fixed mortgage, her monthly payment would have been about $808. So, around $200 less a month. But her total of all payments would have been $808 times 12 for each month of the year times 30 for those 30 years, and that would have been $290,880. And the total interest paid would have been the $290,800 minus the loan amount, or $102,880. Example, the cost of a home is financed with a $180,000 30-year fixed-rate mortgage at 3.25%. The monthly mortgage payment is $783. Prepare a loan amortization schedule for the first 3 months of the mortgage. So to begin, we need to first compute the interest for the first payment. Simple interest is I equals P times R times T. The principal at the very onset is the full $180,000. You multiply that by the interest rate, 0.0325, and the interest that's accrued on this loan in 1 month, that's 1/12, is $487.50. So the interest payment in your first payment is $487.50. Now let's see how much of this applies towards the principal payment. The principal payment is the payment you send in, which is $783, minus the $487.50 that's taken to pay for the interest, and the difference is $295.50. So only $295.50 of your $783 payment goes towards principal reduction. The principal reduction is your new loan balance. So of the $180,000 you borrowed, $295.50 gets paid. So the new loan balance is $179,704.50. That's pretty slow progress for 1 month. Now, let's look at for payment 2. We repeat the same process, but with different numbers. This time, the principal is the previous loan balance of $179,704.50, $179,704.50 times the interest rate, 0.0325, for a length of 1 month. That's the second month, 1/12. Multiply those 3 numbers together, and your interest payment is $486.70. It's a little bit less than the first month. Now let's see how much of this is the principal payment. Your monthly payment is still $783. $486.70 gets paid toward the interest, and so your principal payment is $296.30. That means from the previous loan balance of $179,704.50, another $296.30 is paid off, and that leaves you $179,408.20. Now let's do one more payment. This is the third payment, and this time your starting principal is the $179,408.20. That's still multiplied to your fixed rate mortgage interest of 0.0325. This is accrued for the third month, but that's still 1 month. Multiply those 3 numbers together, and your interest payment is $485.90. Now let's see how much of that is the principal payment. That's from your $783 payment you send in. The lender takes $485.90 off the top, and that leaves $297.10 that applies towards your loan balance. So your new loan balance is, from the previous month's $179,408.20, you subtract 297.10, and you get a new loan balance at the end of the third month for $179,408.20. $111.10.